It's Friday. What's that mean? It means there's new mail. Come join me as we see what came this week for the RKM Collection. Welcome to this week's episode of Mailbox Central as we go over what came this week ending January 23rd for the RKM Collection. Big week this week. We had two new items come in the mail this week. Just a little bit of housekeeping first. We got to start by congratulating our two new Hall of Famers elected on Tuesday night. Congratulations to Andrew Jones and congratulations to Carlos Beltran on your inductions into the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame. Next week we'll have a special episode dedicated to the two of them and this year's inductees, along with Jeff Kent, inducted earlier this month by the Veterans Association, or by the Modern Day Committee. So either way, I want to say congratulations to them. We're going to take a look at some of the cards that came this week. Like I said, there's two big items this week, and we'll go a little bit of background on each one. So come along. All right, and here we go. The first card coming in the mail this week is our 1978 Topps Brooks Robinson, number 4, in a PSA 9. Now, this is the last card in the Brooks Robinson basic set. 1978, Topps released the card, even though Brooks officially retired in 1977. So this is actually his first card of retirement, but it highlights him hitting his career most consecutive seasons with one club record, which he set the year prior in 1977. Brooks's first season was in 1955 with the Baltimore Orioles. As an 18-year-old, he played in just 6 games that season. So again, this is part of the Brooks Robinson basic set. This is our third card now for that set. Last week we got the 1958 Topps Brooks, and this week in the mail came the 1978 Topps Brooks Robinson. And again, this is the last card of his basic run. So we have the 57 and 58, and now we have the 78. And again, we'll see how this goes going forward. So again, this is the front of the card, and then let's take a look at the back. Here we go, and you can see Brooks plays 23rd season in a Baltimore uniform. The 1977 season was the 23rd campaign in a Baltimore Oriole uniform for Brooks Robinson. By playing with one club for 23 seasons, Brooksy set a new all-time mark for longevity with one club. In the National League, Cap Anson, Mel Ott, and Stan Musial had all shared the previous mark of 22 years. 2 American Leaguers also shared. So again, here we go. This is the 1978 Brooks Robinson Topps. And then we got a second card, and this card has a little bit of a story. And here we go. This is the 1976 Topps, number 564, bubblegum blowing champ, Kurt Bevacqua. Now, this card here is one of those cards that just makes you fall in love with baseball cards. It highlights the 1976, or basically 1975, as part of the lead up to the World Series. Joe Garagiola, the NBC, held a bazooka bubblegum chewing competition amongst all the teams. So each team would compete, and then after each team competed, they narrowed it down to competitions against the different teams to get an American League and National League champion. Kurt Bevacqua with the Brewers was the American League representative, and then Johnny Oates with the Philadelphia Phillies at the time was the National League representative. So then what happened was, prior to Game 3 of the World Series, there was a pre-show for about 30 minutes. And you can see this online if you go on YouTube, and you can actually watch this. And they had a bubblegum chewing contest between Johnny Oates and and Curve of Aqua. Now, the rules of this competition, you were allowed to use up to 5 packages of gum. You had a 1-hour warm-up chewing session to get that gum nice and pliable, I guess. And then they measured your 3 attempts, and they had special instrument created to measure the diameter of the bubble, as you can see pictured here in the ball on the card. And they had 3 rounds. The prize was a $1,000 donation to the charity of your choice for the winner, and a $500 donation for the loser. And Kurt Bavacqua won the championship with a bubble measuring 18 1/4 inches. And then Johnny Oates, he had 14.5 inches on his second attempt. So again, that's the little background on this bubblegum chewing contest. I had never really heard of it because this was before my time. But apparently this was like a big deal, and was, like I said, was part of the NBC's pregame coverage for the World Series. Now, if you look on the back of the card, there's actually a breakdown of the playoffs for the bubblegum chewing championship. So you can see all the teams that were representative and the players from each team, how they advanced. You can see that the Pirates and the Tigers chose not to participate. But yeah, this is the bubblegum chewing championship card. Now, this card is part of the 300 great baseball cards of the 20th century by Mike Payne, his book, and that PSA set, registry set. So like I mentioned before, that's one of the sets we're targeting this year. To obviously, a lot of our Hall of Fame rookie cards are already part of that set, but we're trying to fill it out, and this was a great card to do that. I love this card. This just it brings you back to everything that's great about collecting baseball cards, and kind of the exuberance of it being a kid's game. So I thought this was a great card for our collection. And there you have it. That's the 2 cards that came in the mail week ending January 23rd for the RKM collection. I hope you've enjoyed learning a little bit about these cards. Obviously, the 78 Brooks Robinson, and then the 76 Kurt Bavacqua Bubblegum Chewing Champion. I want you guys all to practice chewing your bubble gums. Tell me how big you can make your bubbles. And happy collecting. Good luck with your collections. Hopefully your mail days are just as fun as ours have been. We have a few auction winnings coming in here shortly from the CIA auction last weekend. So hopefully we'll see those soon in an upcoming episode. And again, congratulations to our new Hall of Famers in the Baseball Hall of Fame. Don't forget to like and subscribe this video. And thanks again for tuning in this week to Mailbox Central. Everyone have a great rest of the day. Enjoy your weekend.